Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really influential work, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover by Robert Moore and Douglas Gillette. It's a book that takes a deep look at the hidden structures of the masculine psyche.
The whole thing kicks off with this really powerful question from the poet Robert Bly. In this question, well, it just hangs in the air and sets the stage for everything that follows, this deep dive into what the authors see as a crisis in modern masculinity.
All right, let's get right to the heart of it. We need to start by understanding the central problem that the authors are trying to tackle.
You know that feeling? The sense that different parts of your personality are all pulling in different directions? Well, the authors argue that this isn't just some personal failing. They say this widespread struggle points to a much bigger societal crisis and what it even means to be a man today. So, you gotta ask, why is this happening? Well, the authors trace it all back to one crucial thing that's gone missing from our modern world: meaningful rites of passage. I mean, think about it. For literally thousands of years, societies had these carefully built rituals, and their whole purpose was to guide boys out of boyhood and into a mature, masculine energy. And this wasn't just for show. We're talking about deep psychological processes that could change a person's entire view of themselves and the world.
But today, those rituals are mostly gone. And in their place, we have what the authors call pseudo-initiations. Things like gang initiations, or even military boot camp. They might look like a ritual on the surface, but they're missing those sacred, transformative parts. So instead of helping a boy transcend his immature psychology, they often just lock him into it even tighter.
Okay, so this brings us to the absolute core framework of the book, and it's all about the huge difference between two basic psychological states.
When a man is stuck operating from what they call boy psychology, he is, and I'm quoting here, a boy pretending to be a man. And this is where you get behavior that's either really abusive and controlling, or on the flip side, totally passive and weak. Why? Because it's all coming from the unresolved fears and needs of a boy.
And this diagram here, it shows a really key insight from the book. See, becoming a man isn't about killing the boy inside you. It's pictured as a pyramid inside a bigger pyramid. The idea is that man's psychology is supposed to contain and build upon boy's psychology, not get rid of it.
So yeah, let's be super clear on this. The archetypes of boyhood, those energies, they don't just vanish. They're actually meant to be the foundation for a more mature, more complete structure. The real problem happens when a guy never builds that bigger structure and just stays stuck inside the little boyhood pyramid.
To make this way more concrete, let's actually see how this plays out. We're going to look at the boyhood archetypes, and we'll start with the very first one to show up, the divine child.
So the very first energy that pops up inside us is what they call the divine child. This is the archetype that represents our purest potential, right? It's our raw sense of self and our connection to everything that feels new and exciting in the world. And man, this is a vital energy. It's something we have to stay connected to our whole lives. It's the part of us that feels joy, that's open to what's next, the part that feels like anything is possible. Without it, life just gets stale, gray.
But, and this is a big but, if that energy isn't integrated in a healthy way, it shatters into two really dysfunctional shadows. On one side, you've got the high chair tyrant. This is the narcissist who just rages when he doesn't get what he wants. Think of that anonymous troll online just demanding attention. Then on the other side, you get the weakling prince, the guy who's just perpetually helpless, always whining and complaining, totally unable to face life on his own.
So the whole journey here is to move beyond these boyhood patterns. It's about doing the conscious work to access the four archetypes of the mature masculine.
And this is the goal. This is what we're aiming for, to be able to access and integrate these four primary forms of mature masculine energy. You have the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. And each one represents a unique and totally essential power that, when they all work together, create a whole, generative man.
Let's just quickly break that down. The king energy provides order and stability. It blesses others and creates a calm, centered world. The warrior, that's the energy of focused, decisive action and discipline. It gets things done, period. The magician is the master of knowledge, the part that can see hidden patterns and understand complex systems. And finally, the lover. That's what connects us to the world, through our feelings, through art, through deep connection. When all four of those are fired up and working together, a man feels centered, he feels purposeful, and he feels truly alive. So we're going to leave you with a question to really think about. Of these four powerful energies, the order of the king, the action of the warrior, the insight of the magician, and the connection of the lover, Which one feels the most absent in your life right now? And what do you think would change if you really started to cultivate it?